Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my April and May reads and whether or not I would or would not recommend them. I have been in the worst book slump of my life because it hasn't just been a week or 2 weeks. It's been like a year-long thing. I've been in a book slump since, I swear to God, the beginning of 2026. And you can tell because for April I read 3 books, and then for May I read 4. That is completely out of the ordinary for me, and they are a lot of books. I think no matter how many books you read, as long as you're reading, it's a lot. But for me personally, it's not where I would expect it to be. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the few books that I was actually able to get through. For the month of April, I ended up reading Starshipped to start off with, and it's your regular schmegular enemies, not really enemies, more like disgruntled coworkers to lovers, and it's an MM, so male story, and we follow our regular golden retriever kind of type as well as like a black cat type, and they are forced to go on this long-winded journey together. I ended up not loving it nor really liking it. In fact, I'm probably going to return the physical copy that I have and give it to Half Price Books or Goodwill or whatnot, so that way someone else who would actually end up loving it would like it. And I would only recommend this book to those of you who like actors with actors tropes, or I don't even know, workplace disgruntled workers to lovers. I would not walk around and tell people and rave about this book. Hopefully that didn't sound too callous, but I didn't love it. The next book I read was Archer's Voice, and I'm almost positive that you guys have heard of this book, but if you haven't, we have our main female character, and she's running from something. She just experienced a lot of trauma, I guess you could say. She's going through it, and she bumps into this guy. He is mute and also has his own boatload of trauma. They both work together, fall in love, and spend time together, kind of healing themselves and each other. I liked this one, but still I did not love it. I think younger me, when I was like middle school, early high school, would have been all over this book. I think I would have been like in it, but when I was reading it, I would go from like really like page turning, reading it really fast, to like suddenly like hitting like a wall where I was just like, why am I reading this? You know, and I don't want to feel that way when I'm reading a book that I was really excited to read. The next book I read was HEIR of Illusion. This one, you might have heard of it as well. It was kind of a little popular, I would say. It's kind of like your regular Romantasy, except I think for most people it wouldn't be viewed as basic. I kind of would view it as basic, but also it was done really well. I respect the book, but I don't love it, and I read it on my Kindle, so it's like already returned. I can't really remember too much about it. I believe our main female character was a wraith, and she is in an agreement with the king, who is abusive and a piece of shit, to say it plainly, and he has control over her, and she has to do his bidding. So she goes around killing people on his behalf. While doing so, one time, or like falling up on something for herself, she bumps into our male love interest, who also happens to be secretive, mysterious, and have, you know, things under his sleeves just like she does. They end up getting along. We end up having a bunch of battle scenes and angst and yearning and love, and nothing out of the ordinary for Romantasy. So if you're looking for like a pretty good Romantasy, nothing really super unique but something interesting, I would kind of personally put it along with Shield of Sparrows. Like, I would think they're like in the same Romantasy vein, in my opinion. You know, like it's good, it's reliable, a little, maybe 1 or 2 unique things in there, but like nothing to where you're like, whoa, I can't believe that happened, you know? So HEIR of Illusion, these would probably all be like around slightly above or slightly below 3 stars for me personally. Okay, and then let's see. For the month of May, I did a little bit better, and I read 1 extra book, but on the flip side, one of those books was a reread that Glenn and I were doing for video. If you want to watch my boyfriend and I read Fourth Wing together, for me a reread for him for the first time, you can look for that video too on my channel if you want. But oh my god, I have a 5-star read here, so that's actually amazing. But Fourth Ring, reread it again, gave it 5-star reads, and I did it via audiobook for the most part and some immersive reading, so reading it with like the Kindle or physical copy while listening to the audiobook, which I really enjoyed, especially because I was hitting a lot of blocks yet again in the beginning. I'm not really gonna go too deep into this one because I feel like it really is one of those ones that most people have heard of, so 5-star read, would recommend, point blank period. The next book that I had on here was Heartless, and this book is, what is it? It's the Chestnut Spring series, so I read the first one. I think it's Flawless? Is Flawless or Reckless? I don't even have it. Okay, yeah. So Flawless is the first book in the series, and I'm not gonna lie, I did love Flawless more than Heartless. The audiobook was good. Would recommend if you're interested in getting into the series, but you don't want to take the time to physically read it via Kindle or physical book. And I liked it. Just didn't love it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I did not love it. I think I liked it. It was good. I loved the characters. The little boy was sweet. I loved, that was it, maybe. I love the main female character. She was very spunky. I did like that. Yeah, and she sounded quite beautiful, inside and out. And I liked how well she handled our cowboy. That was good. Next book I read, Hunt the Villain, MM. You will notice a trend with me personally. Whenever I start to get into a book slump, I will be reaching for a dark romance. They're speedy, they're quick, they get my heart racing. I'm flipping the pages to see what happens next. This one was Hunt the Villain by Rena Kent, and I will say it is better than the first one in the series, more unique. And if you like the, what is it called? What is her other book? What is her other MM book that's in the Legacy God series? God of Fury? Is that what it is? I don't think so. 1 second. It's the yellow one. And it's, his name isn't Klaus. I can't, my memory, I can't. Okay, God of Fury. Did I say that? I hope I said that. So, it's literally, I would say, a better version of God of Fury. So if you read that MM book, so male, for those of you who are still learning, I would recommend it if you liked God of Fury, because I think it was personally better. And they're both really up there though. I think I rated God of Fury 5 stars and this as well 5 stars. Honestly, maybe even 5.5 to be quite real, but I don't know, going off vibes alone, it's not like the writing is like beautiful, but I think with how happy I was to be flipping the pages, reading the story, it was definitely a page turner. And wow, this is how I want to feel about the books that I'm reading. And I feel like there's like not a lot of books out there that haven't been unique enough, that haven't been, yeah, I don't know, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think right now I did read something recently that stated that a lot of the Romantasy books we're reading were in the imitation era. So like a lot of the books we're picking up, they're imitations of the previous book that we probably just read. And I think it's causing a lot of burnout for a lot of people. And it's making us more hesitant to get into newer books because you're like, well, I just read one that was basically like that. And they're all just blurring together. We have a few outsiders that are unique, but is it enough, to like break that rut? I don't know. But if you liked God of Fury, if you like Rena Kent, if you like dark romance, you like MM, I would recommend Hunt the Villain for you because I loved it. Okay. Oh my god. This was like my basically last book for May, and I think I did end it off on a good note, but I have been struggling since to find a book that I am loving, and this book is gonna be My Dreadful Darling. You guys, I read this on Kindle Unlimited, and then I loved it so much I went to Barnes to try and get the physical copy, but they don't sell it yet in stores because I wanted to put it up on my like trophy shelf basically. I loved My Dreadful Darling, and I was actually so sad when it wasn't in stores because I genuinely wanted it up here as like oh my god, I finished it. And like, like when you see something that you like bought and you're excited to get, and every time you see it, it makes you happy. That's how I feel about this. Like, this was like, my Coach purse was like a very, very big girl purchase. Like, she's expensive, and like I have a little tag here, wait, look at this. I have a little tag with my name on it, and then it has a paw print for Tessa. It's pink, it's so cute. I would recommend the Lana bag. She's like perfect, and I love how she's like the sag that she gets, and she's like brown on the inside, and I have so much room, and there's like a little zip divider. I'm like pretty unorganized though, so like it doesn't, like I have so much stuff in. Okay, anyways, whenever I see my bag though, I get that it was expensive, but like every time I see it, I feel like a shot of happiness. Like, but that's why I wanted it for my shelves. But anyways, whew, that was quite the detour. Anyways, my dreadful darling, I loved the way that we weren't doing illogical things. Okay, so wait, let me explain. Because like obviously it's a dark romance, like it's fiction, like things are going to be made up and unreasonable, but wait, let me explain. I gotta catch my breath first though, because I was like getting too excited. We have our main female character, Revere, and then we have our main male character, Dread. Now, when they were younger, Revere's dad got caught and arrested for being a serial killer, and then Dread's mother was one of his victims. Now, when Dread came up on TV, fatherless, motherless, nobody around, he was like, that guy did it. And nobody believed him because he seemed like such a good guy. But either way, he got locked up. Now, the thing with Revere is that she knew her dad did it. When she was like a kid, she was like, I know that he's guilty. I know that he did it. I'm not gonna spoil how she knew, but she knew. And she did not say a thing, okay? So when he was younger and he was like, he knew somehow that she knew, he was like, I'm gonna get my revenge on you. And they were like 6 or 8, like they're young. And so we get fast forward, they're in college and he's followed her all the way to college to like mess with her. Don't forget bully romance. I hate bully romances, but I love this. Twisted, I know. But basically, he follows her all the way to college, and you might be thinking, why would he still hold a grudge for something that happened years ago when she was like 6 or 8 years old? Like, right? Like everybody's a kid, everybody makes mistakes. But his thought process is like, okay, well, you know that right now you coming out could help save the other families who had victims, other people who were affected by him, and you're not coming out because you care too much about your own self-preservation than about those families and the lives that you're ruining by allowing your dad to be freed. Because where we're at in the book, like 20 years, I would say a little less than 20 years later, like 15 maybe, he's able to go free. He's being, is it exonerated? Question mark, question mark. I think he's being exonerated, and she like writes a letter and she's like, oh my god, I swear he's guilty, like please trust. And then they're like, we don't believe you, because if you thought that was true, you would have said it before. And he's like, Dread doesn't know this. I'm sorry. It's a lot. And basically, we watch as he gets his revenge on her. And what's good about this too is that she also bullies him back. I like literally, I want to tell you so bad the shit that she does to him, because I'm like, wow, like that's certified, like that's crazy. But I'm not gonna tell you because you actually need to read this book on Kindle Unlimited. The physical copy might be in stores like September something, and then the second book comes out like not for a while. And I swear to God, I thought I saw someone who had the physical copy at their Barnes, but I can't recall. But guys, I love this book down, and it is not in the norm for me to read horror, but this is like a horror romance, okay? It's like there's smut, there's bully romance, there's like twists and turns and crazy people, and I loved it, okay? As you can tell, I'm like out of breath because I'm so excited. But yeah, we just basically have him bullying her because he believes that she should have done what was right then and now, and then her, who's trying to preserve her own self and, you know, just take care of herself and put herself first, because like obviously she thinks that she deserves that, and she wants to survive. Basically what she's doing is she's trying to survive. And I thought that was so good. I think that the author put a lot of work into making their motivations seem reasonable, and it made the book feel all the more real. And before, you know, when I was talking about books, I'd be like, hey, if you like if you like actors who love actors, like read that book, or blah 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 blah. For this, I would honestly get down on my knees and pray that anybody who's anybody would read this book. Yeah, And you guys are like catching me at a really good time. Sometimes I'll read a book that's 5 stars and I'll feel this exact way about it, but it'll be like months later, so like I'll forget about like how good it felt, and I will not be able to articulate like as well why I loved it and how much, and like yada yada yada. I wish that I did a video for it, but I didn't, because I was not expecting it to be that good. But yeah, literally the last 5 minutes of this video was just raving about that book. And this is the same author that wrote the Cat and Mouse duet, Hunting and Haunting Adeline. I loved the first book, didn't really get into the second one, but I also didn't finish it, like a soft DNF. Because when I started it, it felt literally like a copy-paste for the first book, so I was like, are we reading the same story over again? Basically. I don't know if that's weird, I don't know if that's my own misunderstanding, but yeah, that was it. If you guys have any recommendations for me based on what you heard that I like, please comment down below books you think I'd like to read, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Bye.